Hello, welcome to Global South Next Generation Voices and Visions. Today, we're exploring what communication across different cultures really means in an age where a single video can reach millions of viewers. Today, I have two amazing guests from two corners of the world, Ghana and Indonesia. Yet, their stories meet somewhere in between, in connection, in creativity, and in the shared desire that we want people to understand each other just a little bit better. Allow me to introduce Deborah, also known as the African Mermaid, a pop artist, brand influencer, and a human rights advocate from Ghana. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great to have you in today's show. And also we have Alexander William, content creator from Indonesia, currently in Hwa Chong University.
Yes, hello everyone.
Hi. Thank you, both of you, for coming here in Beijing to do the show. And it's not your first day in Beijing. You've known the country, know the city a little bit. But I bet, do you know where we are currently? Do you know the surrounding? Do you know about the surrounding?
I don't think so. How about you, Deborah?
I have no idea.
This is a very typical, traditional Beijing 四合院. Yes, that's the official name of it. It's just a courtyard house. And the reason we pick it is also because it represents a little bit of Chinese culture, traditional culture and philosophy, because the courtyard sits towards south, which represents good luck in ancient Chinese culture. And also it's relatively an enclosed area, but you also get to see that there is a main house right behind us. That is the main house, and two houses on the two sides, the west and east sides. And this represents the respecting the elders as well as those very distinguished guests would always be greeted in this main area, in the main house. And also in these kind of areas, you also get to see a little bit of nature, like a fish pond or a little garden. So that is also representing the harmonious coexistence between man and nature. And yes, I think for today's episode, since we are doing something culture related, this would be a perfect location to do that.
It is.
But
It's really beautiful. Huh?
It is perfect. Yes.
I'm glad you enjoy it, but you've been here in Beijing for several days. Besides this beautiful 四合院, anything that caught your attention that you feel like, a very interesting thing that I haven't never seen in my own culture that caught your eyes? Anything?
The first day we went to Beijing, it was the second day actually. We went to Jingshan Gongyuan. So it's actually behind the Forbidden City. And after we get to the top, I can see the whole area of Forbidden City, and it's really beautiful because it's right down in the middle. And the left and right, they're all separated beautifully. And it's really, really amazing.
Was that where we went, like in the centermost point of Beijing?
The one with the central point of Beijing.
Okay.
It's really beautiful over there.
I mean, for me, I didn't know we were going to see the Great Wall. So that came as a lovely surprise for me. Because since I was a child, I heard about the Great Wall, even though I was born and raised in Ghana. So the fact that I've been able to see the Great Wall without knowing I was going to see the Great Wall,
even better.
Amazing. I'm like, I'm actually at the Great Wall. Can you pinch me? So yeah, that was very exciting for me.
Here in China, there truly are too many elements, too many attractions that I wish I could introduce to everyone who have never been here before. For example, Deborah, you are known as the African Mermaid. You are a pop artist. You are a brand influencer. Also, you advocate for human rights.
Yes.
I would assume not all of the human rights, certain human rights that you're more passionate about. So I think essentially my questions have two parts. One is, how would you introduce yourself mainly to those who yet to know you, and what are the main content that you focus on?
Okay, so as a pop artist, I use my music to talk about things that I'm passionate about, like the environment, human rights, and also when I talk about the environment, I don't only talk about advocating against plastic pollution, I also talk about advocating against fast fashion and basically sustainability. And I do love fashion as a whole. So you would see that in like my music videos and stuff. And I love animals. So I love nature. I love animal life. And I talk about this, on my social media. And as I said, through my music videos. Yes. Yeah.
How about you, Alexander? I know you were in China for more than 5 years.
Yes.
And you mentioned earlier that your content creating is focused on the life, especially exchange students are enjoying here in
Yes,
China.
yes.
So exactly what are some stories that you make? For example, are you the only main character in your videos?
Oh,
or
no, I'm not.
Go
So
ahead.
I'm an Indonesian student, but I came from a Chinese background. So I think it was my Waigong, so it's my mother's father
Yes.
came from Fuzhou. So I do have like this Chinese descendant background, so I don't really look like an Indonesian. But I never learned Chinese since I was small. So I learned Chinese in 2019, the first time I came to China. And the first thing that I learned is there's so much similarities between Chinese culture and Indonesian culture, but also very, very different. And that's the thing that's still tickling me right until now. So I want to make videos that I want to let the world know that even though we are different, but we're also very similar. We can live in peace. Is what I'm trying to reach here.
How do you like which video represents you the most?
I think I'll pick the more recent videos. I just went to Xi'an. I took a video about the Terracotta Army,
Of
the
course.
Pingmayong. It's very amazing, really grand. And the thing that I highlight in my videos is the way that the local peoples and even the museum, they used high technology such as AI, AR, and even 3D. So that's to make us understand more about the Terracotta Army. And the main thing that I talked about in the video is whether culture and also whether history is important for human development, like for human civilization. And it's really important. It is really important. There's a lot of people from Indonesia that made comments on the video and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Did they? What is the most asked question?
There's two things. Is the Terracotta Army really, really big? And also whether that, whether AI is really important for this kind of stuff. Because as we know, there are a lot of things that they can replicate in AI. And many of them are afraid whether the AI can take over humanity or some sort.
You have some really sophisticated followers asking these deep questions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes, I thought it would be something to do with, the costume's different, which dynasty is from. They were asking, are artificial intelligence going to take over human beings in the future? That's very sophisticated, but
It
I
is.
get it. It's a huge topic and it's even influencing our line of work.
Yes.
We'll get to that a bit later. But Deborah, you've been here in China just several days, and I know it's your first time here.
Yes.
Did you already notice anything that you find really different between your culture and Chinese culture? Or in general, Chinese people's way of living, lifestyle, society?
Yes. So, because we're trying to bridge the gap between China and other countries, and we're trying to, let people know the truth that China is actually very welcoming for business, welcoming for tourism. And trust me, I haven't been paid to say this. Welcoming for collaborations. I like to focus more on the similarities, but I also like to say what I've observed. I don't know if it's just the places I've been to, but so far from Beijing to driving here and for spending a couple of days in Beijing, I'm like, wow, everything is orderly. Everything is so clean. The streets are so clean. Nobody is fighting. Nobody is throwing out insults out of the cars. No one is honking unnecessarily. You live here, so it might be normal to you, but for me, I'm like, wow, the system is working. Everything is so organized. People are very respectful. And to talk about similarities, in Ghana, people are also very respectful, very welcoming to foreigners. Like, we love meeting new people. We are very warm. And we speak with very similar intonations and gestures. And what else? We love rice as well. Lots of
Really?
rice, yes. And we also respect our elders very much, because you mentioned that earlier on. So those are the similar things I've seen. And unfortunately, both Ghana and China love to use a lot of single-use plastics.
That's something you do not like.
Yes.
Personally.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we are on a track of creating a greener life and push forward a greener future for sure. And a lot of people on the internet, for example, are telling about or sharing about different ways that they are adopting in their lives so that they
Yes.
can give back to the society a bit and protect the environment a little bit. So there's
Yes.
that. Young people are on that track right with you over there. But I get what you're saying.
Yes.
When you see a brand new culture, you definitely would notice things that are similar to the ones that you are very familiar with.
Yes.
And also you would notice the difference. But when it comes to content creating, because both of you are creators,
Yes.
you would like more people to be able to relate to the content that you create and also be able to understand deeply what it really is about. Anything that you find worth sharing, or what are a moment that you had in this content creating or the sharing of your view of your stories that you find most impressionable, something that made you feel like, wow, I'm doing something so meaningful, or something that makes you wonder, maybe I should do this a bit differently. Any memorable stories you want to share?
So before I come to China, there's a lot of people that they warned me before I come here. Don't talk too much. They will judge you very differently. Chinese people will judge me, and all of these things about Chinese people they're cold. They won't welcome you as we welcome you here in Indonesia. And that was at the back of my mind when I come here. It's my first day in Xiamen, so I didn't speak anything when I arrived in the airport.
You didn't talk too much. You didn't talk to anybody.
Nope, I was afraid. And then the second day, when I went to the cafeteria to eat some lunch, the ai, the one that's bringing the foods, she was really, really, really welcoming
And friendly.
and just really friendly. And I was thinking like,
That's surprising.
Is this a trap?
That's
Is
really
this a
surprising.
test?
I was thinking the same thing. Is it because I'm in the school? Is it because I am a foreign student in the school? So I went outside. So I went to like some kind of a local market besides the school, investigate whether local people are also like that.
Okay.
And it's really different. It's very different from what people told me in Indonesia. Chinese people, they are all very welcoming, whether it's the young people, the old people, whether it's male, female, all of them, they are very, very bright and they are very welcoming, since I don't look like an Indonesian at all. But when I talk, when I speak,
They know you're not from China.
yeah, so they were always asking me, oh, where you came from, why you speak like this? And it's healing at some sort. So when I was learning about this kind of history and culture differences, I was thinking about making some videos about street interview, talking with some locals who want to know more about their history and culture. And that video actually made some friends of mine to change their perspective about China.
Oh, that's
Good.
beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
at the same time, I'm not really sure if before this trip to China previously, you've had a particular interest to China, but definitely in Ghana, in China as well, there are so many different type of cultures and
Yes.
from different ethnic groups, from
Yes.
different places. We say they all definitely belong to the Chinese culture, but we do also need to learn about each other and learn more about each other. I think it's similar in your culture as well. There are
Yes.
more cultures from different
Yes,
places.
from the different ethnic groups.
Yes.
Yes.
So how do you find a way to help people understand each other a bit more?
Yeah, so for example, I have a song called Ghana Jollof. Jollof is a type of food.
Jollof.
Yes, made from rice and mixed with a lot of tomato sauce. So it has this reddish color. But jollof actually originates from Senegal, from their food called chep, from the Wolof people. And it's something that we have, taken on to also, prepare. So Ghanaians make jollof, Nigerians make jollof. So the Senegalese, who are the originators of jollof, make jollof. And I think Cameroonians as well. So one time on X, but that time it was Twitter, we had something called the Jollof Wars, where West Africans and others were like arguing, they were in serious debates, some were even fighting about whose jollof is better.
We do that all the time here in China as well when it comes to food.
Food, yeah.
Yes, so there was a lot of back and forth and a lot of, as I said, insults flying up and down. And it inspired
serious
me
ones.
to do a song called Ghana Jollof. And I believe that song brought like comic relief to what we called the Jollof Wars, because there was a hashtag Jollof Wars at the time. And then my song, like most of my music, is very satirical. It has a lot of playful humor and fun to it. So I brought like comic relief to the Jollof Wars
Wow.
through that song. Yeah.
Peacekeeper. I'm curious, was that war really serious? Because here in China, we have similar kind of conflicts between people from different places. Some people believe that mooncake or rice dumplings, sticky rice dumplings, are meant to be sweet. Some believe it's meant to be salty.
yeah.
That's very important one. And also the tofu, more like a tofu soup kind of dish. Some believe it's supposed to be sweet, some salty, but that was never a serious war.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be serious, but some
Right?
people don't play with their food.
Yeah.
So they take it very personal.
Indonesians as well.
See,
Yeah, some
that's-
people took it personal.
That's
Yes.
very interesting.
Yes.
And that's what I was thinking about. Because previously, for our parents' generation, for example, I'm pretty sure they are serious about the choice of flavor about their food as
Yeah.
well. It's just they lack the platform to share their views
Yes.
that vastly. They cannot
Yes.
argue with someone living thousands of miles away
Yes.
about the choice of the flavor. But now we get to do that.
Yes.
So do you think it's a bliss, or do you think it's kind of a curse that people can share their views willy-nilly, whatever they want, whenever they want on the internet?
Well, for some people, they would say it's like a curse. Some people say, oh, social media is bad, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like you should use social media how you want to use it and in a positive way. I always advise, if you see something that you don't like or you feel is negative, just scroll past. Don't dwell on it.
How about you, Alexander? Pro or con? Well, yes or no for the internet?
I think it's more of a pro for me myself because it's easier for me to spread. We also had this conversation before about spreading misinformation on the internet.
Yes.
It's very easy for us to learn stuff on the internet, but it's also very easy for us.
To be misinformed.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you. So that's why I think it's better for us before we jump up on the internet that we had our fair share about the things that we need to share on the internet. We need to learn stuff.
We need to
share
make
it.
sure we are putting out correct information. Or we need to
Yes.
make sure we are very knowledgeable about the subject that we are talking about.
So
not
it is,
to just
so it is a
rush.
Be
blessing at
responsible.
some point. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Responsibility is still very important on the internet.
Yes.
So if it weren't for the internet, we would not be able to meet each other, to start the conversation here today,
Exactly.
to know about each other's culture a little more. So definitely for me, it's a big for. And for those of you who are against the creation of internet, I doubt there will be many. Leave a comment below, let us know what you think, and give us solid reasons. We are reasonable people. We'll definitely respond to your reasons. But on top of that, I also think real life connection is the most important. We thank the internet when we cannot meet each other in person, when we cannot communicate face to face. But somehow, in real life, the impact can definitely be much deeper. Have you ever done something that transformed your online content or for example, online campaign, something on the internet to real life, to make real life changes?
Yes, I think I have. I released a song in 2018 called Kakalika Love, which translates to cockroach love. That means like a hidden, forbidden love.
Ooh,
Ooh, yeah.
exciting.
And so the challenge was like people dancing and sort of pretending to hide or hiding. And it went viral in my country. So a very generous friend, an older gentleman, decided to sponsor the whole campaign. It became a campaign eventually. And he donated or sponsored 1,000 Ghana cedis every week for several weeks. Like, let's say he planned to do it for like 3 weeks, but it was going more and more viral. So we ended up sponsoring
7.
for 7 weeks, exactly. So at the end of each week, I will select the best entries for the week, and I would actually meet the fans. So they would meet me in person over lunch. It was mostly over lunch. We take pictures, we do videos together, and I will hand them the cash and send the footage to the sponsor. So we did that for 7 weeks, and the fans would thank me. They're like, oh my God, I needed this money so badly. Sometimes they were a group of friends, and they had like some bills to pay or some debts to cover. So it was in a small way, it was impactful. And for the official music video, for some of the fans who wanted, a bit of exposure or fame, I opened the video casting to anybody who wanted to join. So if you watch that video, Kakalika Love by Sister Deborah, all the young people you see they are all fans of the song, fans of the virality of the video or the campaign, and fans of the brand. Yes.
Through these kind of campaigns, I can definitely see you helping people. But at the same time, when people have a shared hobby, a shared passion for something, they form a community. They
Yes.
started to help each other. They started
Yes.
to communicate with each other. We say cross-culture communication is important. Sometimes every single person holds a little bit of who they are, their knowledge, their identity, and the communication between two persons can sometimes make the biggest change you can ever think of. And that is, in my opinion, also quite important. And that is why in a lot of different countries, especially here in China, we have a lot of different types of cultural activities and the people-to-people exchanges kind of activities and events sponsored by the government. And this year, 2025, is a big year. It's the 65th anniversary of the funding of the diplomatic relationship of China and Ghana.
Yes.
And it is the 75th anniversary of the funding of the diplomatic relationship, or the formal establishment of the diplomatic relationship between China and Indonesia, which is why there are many different events. I know that a Fujian dancing and singing group, performance group, went to Ghana to perform and gathered more than 6,000 viewers, and they enjoy the Chinese style singing and dancing. They get to know at least this side of the Chinese culture. And as for Indonesia, if I remembered it right, it was a calligraphy and painting tour. And all these kind of
Nice.
activities are quite unique to the viewers. We do not know how effective or how important it is to put the two countries' relationship into a brand new stage. We do not know about that, but we know it matters to those who attend these
event.
activities
Yes.
Exactly.
to enjoy the beautiful performance and arts. So somehow I find the support from government is also important. Do you see it that way, or have you even entered or participated in person some of these kind of people-to-people exchanges?
Yes, I did, because as I told before, I went to a lot of cities, and most of them are government-supported activities. So as of last year, as of 2024, I've already went to 60 cities all
Wow.
around China.
Wow,
Yeah,
60.
60. So I started from Fujian. I'm currently living in Xiamen. I went to Zhangzhou, Quanzhou, Fuzhou, and then more to the south, maybe to Guangzhou, Guangxi, and then I went to Yunnan.
Impressive.
And even the most remote places, for example, in Inner Mongolia or even in Xinjiang, I already went there. I've seen the culture. I made videos. So
Wow.
yes, all the things about community supporting each other. I've even I've made some friends that also have the same goal as me, to make videos
Yeah.
about the culture here in China and sharing the stories to people all around the world. So it's really fun, and I think it is really important for the government to also support this kind of events, campaigns.
Wow, look at this. Some events changing you, and through your videos, it also
Change other
changes,
people.
yes,
Yes.
millions of other peoples on the internet. So you are doing a lot of content, also cross-culture content. How do you make sure that your content in somehow your language and sometimes with your cultural background, how do you make sure it's relatable to people from other cultures as well?
Yeah, so first of all, I make sure it's the right information, like it's not an untruth. Most of my music is in English, which I think is a universal language, or it is, right? And I project Ghana through my style, my fashion sense, the way I sing, my accent
Even the way
in
you
my
dress
music,
right now?
the way I've even dressed right now. This is traditional from Ghana, and this is actually from my ethnic group, which is called Akan. And under Akan, we have the Fanti speaking and the Twi. I'm from the Twi side, and so I'm an Asante. And we have this fabric, it's called kente. It's woven,
It's beautiful.
hand
It's really
woven.
beautiful.
Yes, thank you so much. And, that's, special and unique to Ghana. And so, like in my music videos, I, project the culture, as I said, the language. I also mix English with Ghana Pidgin, which is broken English, which I taught Alex a few phrases yesterday or 2 days ago. And I also mix it a bit with my Ghanaian language, which is Twi. I put a bit of Twi in it as well. And yes, I just try to make sure that it's positive. It's fun, it's motivational, it's inspiring, and it's positive.
You know what can get you some Chinese followers, some more Chinese followers?
Tell me.
Learn some Chinese. And you can
Definitely.
do it very, very easily. Even in Ghana, I think there are 3 Confucius Institutes in Ghana and 3 universities.
I've been to one.
Right?
Yes.
You can learn the language. And that's what I'm talking about. I think we do not lack the resources, no matter if it's the national government, the local government, universities, and different NGOs. People are trying really hard to make sure that we would have the opportunity to know each other a bit more, as long as we have the willingness. So the resources, the access, they're there.
Yeah.
And that is something I am happy about this day and age. At the same time, we are from 3 different countries, but we all belong to the global south area, and the world, or at least the media, has long been relatively more dominated by the Western voices. And how do you think, or do you think it's important for us to find our place, to talk about or tell our stories and use our languages?
It is. I think it is important because I am from Indonesia. We have very rich culture and history. So I think it is really important for us Indonesians to have our own voices, to speak in our own language, and also to be recognized from all part of the world. So it is very important to have this kind of cultural communication.
What are some good ways to do that then? Do you think we have enough condition or enough let's say support to do that already? As long as we have the willingness, we have enough content, we have the technology and platform already.
Yes, I mean, the technology is there, sort of. I mean, the internet is there. So I feel like for each content creator from each country, it's good to boost the confidence of even other people by speaking in your own language. And being proud of your culture. It will make people from other countries, other content creators, be confident, in their own skin, speak their own language, not be shy to show their local foods, their way of life and things like that. I think it boosts confidence in people, and it prevents people from always trying to copy the West and to be,
We kind of touched upon it, and we promised we'll talk about it. That is the role of technology, to be more precise, the role of generative AI in our line of work. Because we use it, I have to admit, I use it all the time, at least every day nowadays. And we use it to help us polish the content, put in subtitles, and even sometimes generate some pictures, so that we can show our viewers what we really meant without being able to be a great painter. I'm not a good painter, so I ask AI to help me to show people what I really thought. But here in China, we also are very cautious about it. Back in 2023, we already have a guideline telling people how to use generative AI smartly. And for example, you have to label your content, and you make sure in certain areas, if you're using it, for example, if you are making an avatar of yourself, it's fine. But if you're doing it to others, you have to have their consent. And also, we know it is so easy to misuse AI as well. That is why at least China is being very strict when it comes to labeling your content, when it comes to making sure that you're using it at the right place. So personally, for you, and of course from your culture, from your country, what do you think is the most important thing when it comes to the using of AI in at least our work?
Well, for me, I'll start with what I do not like about AI. Like, I don't know, it's not AI, it's the people, how people use it, as we said. So I don't like it being used to create false situations. I don't like that at all. Like, when I see it, I have to scroll past. Like, it irritates me. However, I do appreciate AI in like subtitle generation, because it makes my work faster and easier. But because of, the way I sing in my music. As I said, I incorporate a lot of different languages like broken English, maybe Chui, sometimes even Romanian, because I speak Romanian as well. I still have to do a lot of work, but
For
I
the
don't mind.
subtitles.
Like, yeah, still edit the subtitles, and I don't mind. I have a background in publishing, so I love to do copy editing
Oh, really?
and proofreading, so I don't really mind. But also with technology, it helps me. For instance, I want to shoot content. I don't have the time to maybe do makeup. Mostly that's the reason. I just use, the filters. I love to use like Snapchat filters. And I feel like that's, technology as well. And it helps me not lose an opportunity or a chance to create the content and put it out there. So that would be like a benefit of, technology or, AI for me.
Yeah, I think in my
Yes.
opinion, AI is only a tool. So, for example, AI is a stone. In the hand of an architect, I think AI can be something, the stone can be something beautiful. But a stone, a rock in the hand of a baseball player, they will just throw it far, far away. So it depends.
Or in the hand of a madman, that would be
Yeah,
dangerous.
it will be very dangerous. So,
So it
AI
depends.
is only a tool, and it's
Yes.
really important on how we use it, on how we
Yeah.
apply it on our daily life, on
Yes.
our art, on our work. So it's really depends on the human by
It's
itself.
just like the internet, it's another tool
Exactly.
that we're using.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we want to use it to better foster the communication between different cultures.
Yes.
Yes.
And we already mentioned that we believe it's important for people from all around the world, especially the global south, to make their voice heard.
Yes.
So, any suggestions to especially the young content creators or those who have just thinking about, I have a good story I want to share, but I don't know if there are people out there who would want to listen to the story, who are interested in my culture, my community. Any advice to them? How'd you get started?
Be brave. Just do it.
Yes, just do it, as
Just
he
do it.
says. There's definitely someone out there like you. That's why we even have the word niche. There's always a niche.
Yes.
There's definitely someone out there like you who can relate. You could probably be saving a life. Someone might be depressed, thinking of doing something very bad, but then they realize that, oh, there's someone like them out there who likes a certain thing or doing something in a certain way, and you can really inspire or make a change. This, I don't know if this is a bit far from it, but I have a song called Refuse, Reuse, Recycle. And after releasing this song, I did the song together with my brother. We had like professors from universities ask us for the music and the music video to show in universities. And I had fans coming up to me in the street saying that now they use cloth bags, reusable bags, and they use like tote bags and baskets when going shopping. They avoid going empty-handed, because when you go empty-handed, you end up taking like
plastic bags.
a plastic bag. So just put stuff out there. You can relate. Some people will be like, oh my God, I don't like using plastics and I haven't thought of this, but thanks to this song or to this, now I know I can hold a basket and not be shy. I won't feel like I'm the only one doing it. Or I can take my own bag to purchase something and I wouldn't feel odd.
And even if there's only one person who appreciates your content, you didn't do it in vain. You
Yes.
find your friend from afar.
It's
That's all.
important. About
Yes.
So, final question.
Okay.
You're here in Beijing, you're on a special tour, you're learning about another culture. Hopefully, you're finding that fascinating,
Yes.
as I imagined.
It is.
If you're taking one thing back to your account, back to your viewers, you're doing a content, a video related to your trip here in China, what would that point be? What would you like to give to your audience? Take from here and share it with all of your friends online.
Yeah, I think for me, it would be what I said at the beginning about how Chinese people are very, very respectful of others, very clean, and very welcoming. So unlike the propaganda that has been out there about China, China is actually the opposite, and
Yes.
very welcoming to collaborations, as I mentioned earlier, and to tourism, and of course, business.
I will make videos maybe about the things that haven't been seen around in the internet, maybe, because I'm making videos about us going through Jingshan Gongyuan, and then the Heavenly Temple, and also the Great Wall. And while I was taking the video in vlog style, I also have this video. I'm also wearing
Body cam.
a sport camera on my around my neck. So it
First
is-
person.
Yeah, it's my POV about when I'm going through, and I think I had some videos about me communicating with the locals, and I think
That's nice.
It should be fun.
It's
Yeah.
authentic.
Yes.
Usually when we do shows like this, we talk about the topics we care about. We talked about green development. We talked about the importance of having young people having their voice heard on international stages. But today, we're not only talking about cultural communications. We are doing cultural
We're
communications.
doing it right now.
Yes,
Yes.
we're doing right now. We're practicing it. We're
Yes.
sharing each other's views and making sure that we understand each other a little bit better. And I think that is the essence of it. It's fascinating to think about the fact that somewhere out there, someone is singing in a language that we do not understand, sharing a piece of life from where we've never visited. And that is the beauty of cross-cultural communication. It reminds us that the world is vast, yet reachable. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for staying with us, for staying with Global South Next Generation Voices and Visions. Thank you for keeping your mind and heart open. I'm Niu Honglin with Deborah and Alexander. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.